All right, what's going on YouTube? We are doing this. This is for the Retro Fighters Brawler 64 Nintendo 64 wireless controller. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Starting off with price, we're looking at $44.99 on their website, and that's basically retrofighters.com. You can also get this on Amazon for about $50. That's actually where I purchased it. Various prices on eBay sold by resellers are from $44 to $50. As far as charging time goes, approximately 2.5 hours depending on how dead it is. It comes with a dedicated USB-C cable with the Retro Fighters name on it, but any USB-C will work. When I first got this controller, I took it out of the box, played with it for a few hours, and then charged it the next day, which took about 2 hours. When it's charging, the light will blink continuously. Once it's fully charged, it will stop blinking. So for the battery life, it takes approximately 10 hours before needing to be recharged. As of yet, although I'm not using this controller every day, I haven't ran out of the battery yet, with a few hours of gameplay behind it. You can also replace the internal battery if needed with any 3.7 volt 550 milliamp Li polymer battery. As far as pairing the controller goes, it's pretty straightforward. Initial pairing, you'll insert the dongle into the N64. It will then begin flashing, letting you know it is in pairing mode. For the controller, you'll just want to hold the start button down for at least a minimum of 3 seconds until the controller starts to blink as well. And at this point, given a few moments, the controller and the dongle will then pair and the lights will become solid and you're done. Now, there is a sleep mode to this, which is nice. After 3 minutes of inactivity, the controller will go into a sleep mode to conserve battery life. Simply pressing the start button will reactivate the controller, and then you can continue to play. So let me go ahead and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly on this controller. The good, after playing with this controller and comparing it to the original Nintendo 64 controller, I will say it is much easier to play your favorite retro games. The controller shape and layout feel familiar if you've played any of the newer next-gen consoles over the last 20 years. There are 2 Z triggers, 2 shoulder buttons, 1 analog stick, and 1 D-pad, an A, a B button, and the 4 C buttons. There's also a turbo, a clear button, and a start button, all making this controller seamless when playing your favorite games. It feels much more fluid. The joystick has a much better input feel and response to the action on screen compared to an original Nintendo 64 controller. Ergonomically, this controller is a win for retro gamers. Plus, there's a bunch of cool colors. You can get them in blue, gray, green, red, purple, orange, smoke gray, and extreme green, which is the one that I got. Now, I will say this as well, I do remember replacing the joystick in my Nintendo 64 controller, so I'm pretty sure that one is new. So comparing the joystick feels, so I will say that the Retro Fighters 64 controller actually feels much more responsive and much better in the hand. As for the bad, there is no way to attach a rumble pack or a transfer pack to this controller. And while you're able to attach a memory card into the dongle, I feel that this does a few things that may not be long-term beneficial. I think after some time, although the memory card is light, it may end up pulling on the controller port if left in the console for a long period of time. I feel that they could have made this port on the controller either similar to an original Nintendo 64 controller or something else. Another bad thing that I'm not crazy about is the way that the C buttons feel too close to the A and the B button. After using this controller for a while, you will tend to get used to those locations, and for me, I think that they were too close to each other in the beginning when I first started using this controller. And my final thoughts? All in all, this is a pretty good controller for the price, and it's easy to set up, etc. It feels great in the hands, it's familiar and lightweight, and allows you to kick back in a comfy chair or on the bed, all while relaxing and playing your favorite retro games without being bound by a 5-foot Nintendo 64 cord. Sitting too close to the TV and your parents yell at you that you'll go blind. Plus, you get a sweet keychain in the box too. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you didn't like this video, also give it a thumbs up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. I'm Jordan, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Let's go.